turn on my video. Okay, welcome everybody to Parent Conversations. I know there's not a lot today because I dropped the ball and didn't get a event created because we had some conflicts and then I had sick kids. First off, we want to invite or welcome everybody. We're glad you're here today and that you're joining with us. Couple things, starting July 5th, we will have a new Zoom link that we'll be using. I will post that on every parent conversation and I'll post it on Discovery Family USA, and then the other community coordinators can post it. Next week, we're going to have a guest speaker that's going to talk again on family mealtime and board games, since that is such an important thing of having meal times with each other. Today's just kind of going to be a question and answer and talking about the summer program and how it benefits families and how to use it. If anybody has any questions or wants to share anything, please pipe up and share with us and we will do that. So last week we talked about the summer program. We talked about the two ways that you can get connected, the web page or the app. The app is Goose Chase app. The link is Summer Passport 2021. You can log in, you can do both, one or the other, however you want to do it. I've been a part of My Discovery Destination since November. And I got started with my niece that lives in Salt Lake City, and we've just taken off, and now they've asked me to be in charge of Parent Conversations. But I have used both the website and the app, and there's definitely pros and cons to both. I love the app because it's right there on my phone, and I can just pick up my phone and click on my little app. Here, I'll show you. Just click on my little app and it's all right there. Oh, it's kind of blowed out, and then it's right there. So if I'm out and about and doing things, I do like the web page because you can do the adventures more than once. Also, sometimes I think it's easier to read the descriptions and click on the links from my website. But obviously, whatever one works best for you is the way to do it. My kids love doing the summer program or any of the programs My Discovery put in place. I shared last week about my son who has anxiety and his therapist talking about how important it is that we are spending time with those kids. Right now, the world is so crazy, not just with COVID, but with everything else going on, that families are so important in building those relationships with families and making sure that our kids feel comfortable and safe and know that we're there for them. And that's what My Discovery Destination is all about and the importance of it. So I'm going to turn it over to Tori to start off. She is the community coordinator over Box Elder and I think another one. She's just going to share a little bit. And then if any of you else would like to share in, please put in the comment and we will just have you go on next. All right, Tori.
Hi. Hey, sorry if I'm a little bit distracted here and there. I've got my kids around, but it's been great to be part of the Summer Passport program. My kids really love it, and it's simple enough for them to use the Goose Chase app that, they can look at the missions, they can see what we could do, which ones would be easy for us to do for our family. I always want to have them bring it back to me and let's talk about it first, because sometimes if I just let the kids run with it, then, they're turning in 25 missions and I don't even know what they did. So I definitely want them to bring it back to me and we do it together as a family, and I make sure that it gets done the way that it should be. But they're so excited about it. I mean, if they could just do that all day long, then they would be really happy. And they always love it when we can go to events too. That makes it really fun for them because my kids love to get out of the house and do things. So knowing about all the things that are going on locally is really a great benefit for my family. Was there anything else in particular that would be good for me to touch on?
Nope, I think that's good. Do any of our other community coordinators want to share?
I would like to share a little, Kim.
Oh, please do, all you want.
I have to restrain the baby a little bit while I talk. Okay, so my name's Emily. I am in the Layton, Kaysville community. We exclusively have been using the Goose Chase app just because I always have my phone on me and we're always out and about, though I do like the graphics on the website. For our family, we just have this little guy, and then my brother, who's in college, We'd love to do it because it just makes our activities as a young family more meaningful. I also like that when you go into the app, you can search. There's the magnifying search icon. You can type something in. So yesterday we were at the park and we were going to fly a kite. And I hadn't even thought about the kite mission, but I searched in there and it came up. So I'm like, oh, that's great. I love the search bar. But I also love that a list like that on a slow Sunday, like yesterday, I liked that I could scroll down and I'm like, okay, we might not necessarily go to the store to buy something today, but I liked that there were so many ideas that we could do on just a quiet Sunday without any preparation in advance. So it's been fun for both, you know, as an idea list, but also, I don't know, for suggestions to keep our activities more meaningful. That's all for me, but I do have one more tip my cousin shared with me, who she doesn't work for the company. She's a participant. Her family, they've been doing some of the adventures and they like to schedule out the week. I mean, I like that I could do it impromptu, like on a slow Sunday, as I was saying, but my cousin schedules out her week with her kids. They're a little bit older than mine, but they'll, you know, if they want to try a new food, they plan it with their kids and then they go to the store together. So I think that works out really well for them. That's all for me.
Oh, thank you, Emily. I love that. I love the schedule out. Sometimes I do that too. We're taking our kids to California for a week, and I've looked up ideas that we can do on there in the car ride and things to keep them entertained because it's a long drive. So I do love, like you said, all the ideas that it gives when you're home with your kids and want something to do. Anybody else want to share with us? We'd love to hear from you.
Okay, so I have a comment. I love that, Kim, that you are looking for something to do like in the car ride, and I'm making a note to myself that, hey, we need to add an adventure for that. And list some ideas. So what I want to say to everyone is you guys share your ideas, okay? We want this to be when you have an idea, and of course there's always a mission that we include that's kind of the missing gems. So, you know, there is a place for you to share your different ideas, but I want to make sure that everyone out there knows that this is a collaboration. My Discovery Destination is a collaborative effort to focus the entire community on strengthening families and building resilience in kids. And you are part of that collaboration. Yes, we are organizing, you know, the cities and the nonprofits and the businesses and the, you know, kind of the official organizations. We're trying to get everyone involved in doing their part, if you will, everyone contributing to strengthening families, building resilience. But you guys really are, you're part of this collaboration. You, the families, are the core, you're what everything is about. So please share with us your ideas. Please share your feedback. Share your, you know, help us know of ways that we can better serve you as families, and let us know ways that you are using the program as a family. That's kind of the reason that we're doing this today, is so that you can share with each other how you are actually using it and how it's impacting your family, so that you can then, your experience can help other families to get more out of the program. So thank you, Kim. I love that. And we absolutely will. You can all look forward to a new adventure about traveling, because hey, summer is for traveling and family vacations, right? So let's put an adventure out there. Shelly, I love your feedback. Would you tell us more?
I was just curious because they were talking about events, and I was like, I don't see that on like the app or like the website, but they said that you could find it on the Facebook page, and that was clear to me. So, and I am on the Facebook page, so that should be helpful.
Okay, very good. Thank you. And yes, this is one other thing that let me just throw out here. You guys, we know we know we are a complex collaboration. There is a lot to what we do. And boy, we try to, simplify, simplify, simplify. But at the same time, there are so many, different components, so many different, moving parts. We want we use Facebook to get the word out, but some families aren't on Facebook. So then we want to make sure that we're utilizing the Discovery app. So that everybody can get those updates as well. We have the website was built specifically for this program, but boy, we all just love Goose Chase, the Goose Chase app, and so we definitely want to use the Goose Chase app. And as Kim, mentioned, there are pros and cons on both. So we don't want to just throw out the website and lose the pros that it offers, but we absolutely don't want to to not have the pros that the app utilizes. So we will do everything we can to make it as simple as possible. But we also know that I mean this is a big collaboration. This is a big thing. And so we appreciate you as families, being patient with us and realizing that while we're trying to simplify, there are a lot of different, we want to make sure that it's very inclusive and that there are options for everyone. And so, we don't want to be exclusively utilizing the website or exclusively using the app, or when it comes to getting information, exclusively using Facebook and eliminating those that don't have Facebook, kind of thing. So anyway, thank you for that feedback, Shelley. That was awesome. And we're so grateful that you're a part of My Discovery Destination and the Summer Passport program.
Thank you. I just have one more question. I figure I might as well just ask right now instead of typing it out. And that is, I cannot for the life of me figure out how to use the, let's see what it's called, Let's All Do Good app. I don't understand how that applies or how I make that one work very well. If somebody could give me just a little bit on that, that would be so helpful.
Okay, yes. Thank you so much for asking that. Okay. And part of the thing with the Let's All Do Good, okay, a little bit of a confession here. We have been kind of on and off with utilizing that, partly because the Let's All Do Good app will actually be branded for My Discovery Destination. But the company that we're working with to do that, it's taking a lot longer than we had planned. All of the features are there. And so at this point, we're like, you know what, we need to just move forward because there are some great features there. Really, all you need to do to make it work, if you will, I mean, if you text family to 888-403-4140, it sends you the link. You get registered. It will ask you, here's one of the really powerful things about this app. You can tell it exactly which communities you want information about. Okay, you can say, hey, so where do you live, Shelley? I know you've muted yourself now.
Yeah, sorry. I'm just in Fruit Heights.
In Fruit Heights. Okay, so Shelley can say, you know what? I absolutely, I need to watch I want all the information about what's going on in Weber and Davis. But hey, I have a friend up in Box Elder and I go there all the time. So I also want to follow, I want the information about what's going on in Box Elder, or maybe just because it's close enough, if they have free swimming, at Crystal Hot Springs, I want to be a part of that kind of thing. Okay. So you can choose which hubs you get the information from. And so that's a really powerful tool that we are going to we will begin using that on a regular basis. Okay. I will make sure that we post notifications to the app at least once a day. Now, we're trying to figure out that kind of that balance. I also don't want to be, I don't want to bombard. And so we're trying to find that good balance. You won't be getting information. You won't be getting everything. For example, in the Facebook communities, I'm going to just utilize, we'll say Emily, she's running the Ogden, Ogden Weber, I guess the Weber Davis hub is what it is. Okay, she's not going to post everything that goes on there, everything she will in Facebook, she posts multiple things a day. Okay, maybe sometimes maybe 3 or 4, sometimes maybe it's 6 or 7 things that are going on, free family adventures that are happening. And those she will post in the Facebook community. It's not using push technology. That is a place where you can go once a day and you can look at everything that's going on and all of the new stuff, and you can say, oh, okay, great, we've got this and this and this. And then you get off and go be a mom. Okay, kind of what we're trying to do is create this space where you can come get all of the information that you need, and then get offline and go be a mom. Okay, now the app is different. It's the push technology. Okay, so it basically is going to ding you every time. It's going to send it straight to your phone, which is really nice because you make sure you don't miss any of the notifications. But we also don't want to be dinging you 5, 6 times a day and distracting you from being a parent. Okay, so we will be sending out the main information to the app, so that that families that are not on Facebook are still able to participate in the program. They're still able to get the main information, particularly information about the program and the things that we have happening. They won't necessarily get the information about kind of all of the other, just things that are happening in the community. So again, pros and cons to both, which is why we are using both rather than, trying to choose, okay, we're going to go with Facebook and eliminate anybody that doesn't have Facebook, or we're going to go with the app and eliminate, families that, or basically eliminate the information that can be shared in Facebook, but we're not necessarily going to share it on the app because the app does use the push technology. Now, you can turn your notifications off and kind of use it the same way as Facebook. We don't recommend that because it's kind of the benefit of the app is that it does have the push technology. There are a lot of things that we'll introduce that. This week is kind of focused on introducing the different tools. So as long as the app is working for you, that's kind of how the app works. Now, if you're not, were you able to download the app? Are you connected to the app and have you gotten a notification?
I was able to download the app. That was easy. I kind of paused at the creating an account place because I was like, do I create a new account? Do I use my account from my old stuff? So I just wasn't sure there. I got hung up there.
Okay, that's great feedback. So yes, go ahead and create an account. If you're like me, maybe I shouldn't announce this, I guess, on maybe not online safe. If you're like me, you'll probably use the same, I use Shirley 10 for everything. So, so you can, you absolutely can use the same, the same similar information, but you're basically setting up a new account with Let's All Do Good. Okay. Now, keep in mind though, when I say set up an account, and it's the same thing with Goose Chase, with, the Let's All Do Good. Okay. Whenever you set up an account, that is not the reason for setting up the account is not so that we have your information. In fact, for the most part, we really don't have access to your information. The reason you're setting up an account is so that the technology can keep your information together. Okay, so for example, on the Let's All Do Good app, it needs for you to set up an account so that it knows what information you want, so that you can tell it, basically, hey, I want the stuff that happens in, Weber Davis. I want the stuff that happens maybe in Salt Lake because it's pretty close. I want the stuff that happens in Cache Valley because I go there often. I don't need anything else. Okay. If there are announcements coming out that what's happening in Richfield, I don't need to hear about that because I never go to Richfield, or St. George or whatnot. Okay. So again, it's just on all of the platforms we use, it's about the technology, keeping your information together for you so that it can take care of you and give you the information that you want. But yes, absolutely set up an account so that you can keep your information together and so that the app knows what information you want.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you for asking that question. That was a really important question. Anyone else have any comments on how you've used the program or questions about the program that we can answer?
I do. I'm trying to figure out the difference between the app and the web page.
Okay, great question. Great question. And the difference is, okay, so the difference in purpose, there is no difference, okay? The goal, the purpose is the same, okay? So you can choose to use either one, and the purpose is the same, which is for you to, work together as a family to complete the missions. Now, the difference in capability, okay, and the pros and the cons. Now that's where you get some pretty big differences, which is why we continue to use both platforms, because they both offer some things that the other one doesn't. Okay, basically on the website, the biggest ones, we'll see if I can remember this off the top of my head. The biggest differences so for the website, the pros on that are, number one, you can have an account for each child. Okay, so if you have different children that you want to have like a separate adventure photo journal for each child, you're going to want to be on the website. If you want all of the pictures to be private, okay, you're going to want to be on the website. Okay, everything, all of the pictures that you upload, that only goes to you. No one else has access to that, and no one else sees that. Okay, if you want to complete an adventure more than once, you're going to want to be on the website, okay? Because on the website you can, and this actually goes with the levels as well. If you want to complete the basic adventure, and then you also want to, do the community engagement level, you're going to want to be on the website, because you can complete and record completion multiple times on the website, okay? So those are kind of the main, and just more information. The website is unlimited information. So, hey, if we have, a gazillion ideas on birdhouses, we can include that. We can put that on the website, and it's super fun. It's super visual. So, I say a gazillion, but they're really, it's, they're just a lot of fun ideas. Okay. It's not like a lot of information. It's a very visual, very visual adventure that I just absolutely love. Okay. We can't put all that information on the app. Okay. So on the app, what we'll do is provide a link so that you can link over to the website and get those visuals and get the additional information. Okay. So what are the benefits of the app? Okay, first of all, it is, quite honestly, the fact that it's limited can be nice, okay, for some families that are like, you know what, I just want to keep things really super simple. And in most situations, I don't really need more information, okay? The app is very, very simple to use. As Emily mentioned, always in your pocket. You can carry it with you. Some of the limitations are that, you can only have one per phone. It is very, let's see, it is not private. Okay. So everyone can see, for the most part, everyone can see the pictures that you upload, which actually is also a benefit that adds kind of that fun community, the community concept. Of course, we teach you how to take online safe photos, so you don't necessarily have to show your kids' faces, but it's fun for the kids to kind of, if you have that competitive spirit, or just just looking at what others do. So again, they are the same in purpose. Purpose is the same. There's no difference. The functionality, very different, and each have their pros and cons. Emily, I see your hand raised. Did you have a comment on this or on something else? Either way.
It's on something else, but it's along the lines. So we've talked about how the Goose Chase app and the website are pretty interchangeable as far as the activities provided. I was hoping you could explain how the printed passport can be used along with the app, the Passport Goose Chase app.
Yes, great question. And also remind me that there's a question in the chat from Catherine. Okay, you guys, yes, the printed, I'm super, super excited for the printed passports. They should be ready the end of this week. So you should be able to start picking those up next week. The goal of the printed passport really is to provide your kids with a fun little tangible something that they can, they can take to the adventures. Okay. And something we had the printed passports the very first year we did this. It was based on the passports. The kids loved having kind of their little tangible. Now in some areas, we have adventure partners. Excuse me. We have adventure partners that have kind of the in-person, more of the in-person adventures that are happening. And when the kids go, to those locations, they'll get an actual stamp. Okay, we're hoping next year that we will have, a good variety of those in every community. Okay, this year being the very first year that we've expanded, we do have some communities where we don't really have the physical stamps, but what we still want the kids to have that physical passport that they can take like to their adventure, and then you as parents can put a sticker in that for the different adventures. So kind of with the, really in most of our communities this year, and will always be an option for the adventures that are not specifically sponsored by adventure partners. You, the parents, kind of get to be the, stamping the location. Okay, and stamping it with really a sticker. With the stickers, you can use a sticker that you have around home. You could use stars. I know as a piano teacher, boy, I always had stars around my house to do. So you can put a star in there. You could put stickers that you have. If you need to go to the dollar store and buy stickers, specifically for this program, or you can let the kids design their stickers and then glue it in. You can really utilize with the passport, the physical passport. You can do that however it works for your family. But the goal there is for the kids. I mean, the technology is awesome. It's going to create the adventure photo journal, which I guess I should have mentioned. That's one of the benefits of using the website. It creates a really fun photo adventure journal or adventure photo journal. But this is the physical passport is something fun for the kids to have as they go through the summer, and for them to get those stickers and go, okay, we completed this adventure and we completed this adventure. And as they start to, see those stickers add up in their passport. So yeah, great question, Emily. And that's really you parents are a big part of that, especially this year. And like I said, we've got fun things happening, and next year will be even more, of our adventure partners that are providing the stamps. But for this year, we have a few of those in some of the communities, with our newer communities, I should say. We've got quite a few in our established communities, but as we get this established, we'll be growing every year. But you as parents, we have, by the end of the summer, there will be over 150 adventures that will be out there. Let me mention, while we're talking about that, in addition to the summer passport, the hubs, we also have a couple of mini hubs out there, okay, which are going to provide. So let's say your family is all about the arts, okay? It's like, whoa, we love arts. There's actually a mini hub, if you will, a mini mission where you can, so there's one mission on the main hub, but then as part of that mission, you can connect to the summer arts hunt, and we will be releasing arts activities throughout the summer. The same thing with science. If you are a science family that's just like, you know what, we are all about science. We want to be doing new science activities, you know, multiple times a week. You're going to want to connect to the mini science hunt. And we will be releasing adventures throughout the summer on that. So by the time you consider, I mean, the summer passport, we already have over 100. I think they're already about 120 in every hub. We will be releasing new adventures throughout the summer, and we have the mini hubs. So there are, you know, there are close to 150 to 200 adventures that are out there for you to complete throughout the summer. So yeah, obviously we don't have, you know, we will never have adventure partners for all of those. But so you as parents are a key part of this program, to help, you know, put that little sticker, make it exciting for the kids, that as they complete an adventure, then they get to put a sticker in their passport. I hope
Can I
that
ask you?
answered.
Can I ask you a question about that?
Yes.
My kids are beyond sticker ages. My kids are quite old, and I think the app really appeals to them, and doing things as a family really appeals to them. But I don't know how much interest they're going to have in the physical passports. How important are those to the doing the stuff?
Shelley, that is such a great question. And thank you so much for asking it. And the reality is, it's not important at all. If it doesn't work for your families, okay, that again, having that little passport is really important for little kids. I mean, you know, I still remember, you know, little kids coming into the magic show and coming
My
in.
kids would have loved that when they were
Yeah.
younger, for sure.
Yeah, at the younger kids, they love having their little passport. Teenagers, you're absolutely right. That is just not. And again, that's why we have multiple platforms to meet the needs of our diverse families. We are here to support all families of every age, size, interest. I mean, I mentioned we've got 200 adventures, but you know what? Some families, no family is going to love every adventure that's out there. They're going to see some adventures and go, you know what, that is just not my thing. We're not doing that adventure, and that's okay. Our program is designed to serve your family. It is about you and your family. And so you utilize the components that work for you, and don't utilize the components that don't. You know, physical passport sounds like it may not be at all what you need. Now, let me tell you another big announcement that is going to be important for your kids. So over the next couple of weeks, we will actually be releasing a teen hub. So we have 2 youth community coordinators that are, you know, they've just gotten out of school, so it's a little behind the main hubs, because we wanted them to, you know, focus on their schooling, but they are now putting together a hub specifically for the teenagers. And of course, we still want our teens to, you know, we want them to be doing the adventures with the family. This is a family program. But we also want to help. One of the things that's really important for families that has come from the SHARP survey, our youth need to feel connected to their communities. That is one of the protective factors that the stats are moving in the wrong direction. And that was before COVID hit. So, you know, I can only imagine that it's probably moved even further in the wrong direction. We need our youth to start feeling, you know, to help them feel connected to their community, which is why we have the community engagement level, to help them. Okay, we've connected with the family, and now what can we do to help them connect with their community? The Teen Hub is all about helping them now connect to their friends. Okay, we hope that the teens will take this and share with their friends and get their friends going, and also connect with teens across the state, you know, so that they can start to, you know, make friends. We're actually collaborating with the Youth Leadership Summit that is happening in July, and there will be youth from all across the state that will be able to. We want teens to have something special for them. So super excited. Thank you for asking that question, Shelley. It's not at all important if it doesn't work for your family. It's there for the families that have the little kids that say, yeah, I want my little passport to carry around? Great question.
Okay, you had that question that was a little bit back about what is the biggest difference between the summer passport and the regular My Discovery Destination Challenge?
Yes, yes, great question. This another great question. Biggest difference is, okay, again, purpose, same. Okay, you guys, everything we do at My Discovery Destination is about strengthening families and building resilience in kids, helping them build character, develop key life skills. You know, it's all about the goal of both programs exactly the same, absolutely no difference. Okay, again, the difference in, you know, functionality in how they're designed, that is a little bit different. Okay, the Discovery Family Adventures are very well, I guess the easy way to say is there's a lot more work that goes into them. It's very intentional to make sure that, number one, we're supporting parents with the tips section, which is the teaching important parenting strategies. We want to make sure that with every single adventure, the parents have some ideas on how they can really be intentional. How can we make sure that we're not just doing the activity, spending the time, but that we're making the most of this time? I mean, we're going to spend the time anyway, right? We're going to, you know, we're going to build the birdhouse anyway. Now, how can we be really intentional to make sure that this time we spend together really helps our children develop resilience? How can we design it such that they, you know, that they're helping to make the decisions, that they are you know, that we are taking time to provide a reward. The protective factors pretty much involve providing the opportunity for and providing a reward for these pro-social behaviors. So every Discovery Family Adventure is very specifically designed and includes all of the information needed to help a parent make sure that they provide the opportunity for and they provide a reward for completing the adventure, if you will. It's got the community engagement level and tends to have more information. That is really the biggest difference. The Discovery Family Adventures tend to have more information and it's a little bit more structured. Okay, the Discovery Family Adventures can be, or I should say, are pretty much always more structured. The Summer Passport Program, there are, number one, a lot more adventures. Okay, we anticipate that you will be completing a lot more adventures as part of the Summer Passport Program than during the Discovery Family Adventures, because the Discovery Family Adventures are a little more intense. Okay, the Summer Passport, it takes in, you know, a lot of things that you would be doing anyway, but, you know, hey, get points for it, make it fun for the kids, you know, get the idea, like Emily mentioned. Okay, they went to the park. Okay, she searched for kite because they were going to fly a kite. Okay, so at the same time, it's also nice to, you know, go through and somebody may, you know, get the idea and go, oh yeah, you know, we should do kite flying. We haven't flown kites in a long time. Okay, so the Summer Passport Program is just a little more, I mean, it's designed for summer. It's designed for kids, as Tori mentioned. You know, the kids can take it on their own and can actually do some of the stuff, you know, on their own and, you know, building the, you know, build it big kind of thing. And, you know, and they can look at it maybe while, you know, mom and dad are busy. Now, we still want it to be a family program, but there are a lot more. There are a lot more adventures, and there's plenty there so that the kids can actually do some of the stuff on their own. And maybe some of these adventures will be done, you know, by the kids without necessarily mom and dad being there. So I hope that answered the question. I hope I was able to verbalize what's in my head, but that's kind of the main difference. Again, the purpose is the same. Everything that we do, the purpose is the same. And every tool that we have, the purpose is the same. The semantics, the functionality, you know, how we get to that end can be different. And we have a lot of options to serve all families, because that's our goal, is to serve all families of different ages, different sizes, different makeup, and different interests. And this is, I guess that brings up another thing. You guys, please keep in mind, these adventures, when we put them out there, they are there for ideas, for a resource, to give you the information. But this is about your family. Take it and tweak it to fit your family. The big one that I use for this isn't really a summer passport thing, but snowballs. Okay. During the winter, we have, building a snowman or having a snowball fight. Okay. And a lot of families just really love to do that. Okay. At my house, that's going to happen in the house. Okay. The snowball fights, and we have lots of snowball fights at my house, but they are all in the house with the Walmart snowballs, because this grandma does not like to be cold. Okay. So do what works for your family. Take the idea, take the information that's there, and say, hey, this is how our family likes to do it. And this is what's going to work for our ages, our stages, our interest. Emily?
Yeah, I was hoping to add on to that. I have a cousin I do a lot of these activities with, and she was a little worried about completing it perfectly. For example, she found one about board games, an activity, and she read the objective, and it was to teach her kids how to take turns. So we went bowling, and she said, will this count? I mean, I'm still going to teach them how to take turns. And I told her, yes, that's fine. So I think it's good to remind parents that it is flexible. It doesn't exactly have to be a board game. It can be bowling. But yeah, the objective is, teach your kids that life skill, how to take turns with each other.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you for sharing that, Emily. Yes, you guys, these adventures, it's about really our mission is to get families to spend time together. That's really why every bit of work that we put into this is really just about getting you guys to spend time with your families and do it intentionally. Be intentional, helping you. I know when I first started, learning about the protective factors. And please keep in mind, I've been working with families for almost 3 decades. My whole focus has been on, strengthening families, building character. I have run mentoring programs. It's been all about families. But then, like 2 or 3 years ago, as I started hearing about the SHARP survey and the protective factors, and I thought to myself, I wish I had known in this terminology. Literally, it's like, you know what? I wish I'd known this as I was raising my kids. I wish I had known that really it boils down to providing opportunities for and providing rewards for, pro-social behavior. And I wish I had been more intentional. So that is really our goal, it's just strengthening families, supporting you as parents, helping you, get to, even like with the Discovery Family Adventures, we include the tips section with each adventure. Of course, the goal is mostly to remind you. Like I say often, we teach parents what they don't know, and mostly just remind them what they do know, because there's probably nothing that we write in the tips section that you guys don't already know, but the goal is to keep you thinking about it. So as you do, at least the one Discovery Family Adventure a week, which, hopefully you probably do more. Some families that, the kids can't wait they wake up every morning saying, okay, what are we doing today? But the goal is for you to, as you go through that, to be thinking about, okay, how can I be intentional to get the most out of this time that we spend together? And we hope that will spill over into everything that you do. Our goal is really just to kind of keep reminding you. And even those of you that you're like, okay, well, I learned now, we hope that you'll continue with the program so that you can continue to be reminded, because speaking from experience, as a parent, you still get, you get distracted. You know something, you learn something, you're like, oh man, I'm never, that's so important. I will never forget that. And then life hits and you get busy with kids. And, next thing you're 2 or 3 years down the road and you hear it again and you go, oh yeah, I meant to do that. And here I am not doing that. So our goal is really to to teach you what you don't know. And that's where we bring in all kinds of, specialists and experts and, provide resources. But we want to teach you what you don't know, but mostly just remind you what you already know and have you on a continual basis being reminded to, okay, we're spending the time. Number one, most importantly, we're spending the time. And that really is the most important thing. But then we also, that little reminder to be thinking about, okay, how can I take advantage of this time that we're spending together? How can we get the most out of this experience to help our children build resilience, to help our children learn the leadership skills and the communication skills and the family bonding and build? I mean, the feedback is amazing. I mean, we have pages and pages of how this is impacting families, much of it from you guys that are, in this group, but how, siblings are becoming friends and not just siblings. I loved that piece of feedback, and how, we're being more intentional in our parenting. And they're just pages of fabulous feedback. That's what we're here just to encourage you to spend time together and remind you to be intentional.
Shirley, I really think I know the answer, but in case anybody else is thinking, on the Summer Passport and the Discover Destination Challenge, but to qualify for the monthly family adventures like Crystal Hot Springs, you have to do the 4 in the Discovery Destination, not Summer Passport, right?
Oh, that's a great question we're going to talk about in team meeting that starts here in just a few minutes. And my apologies that I haven't been clear on this. Basically, the Summer Passport program is the Discovery Family Adventures during the summer. Okay, you can participate in both. But to be honest with you, the summer stuff is in the Summer Passport program. So you can, we want you to be doing we want it to be more than like 4 of the really super simple, okay. We want you to be doing adventures that are spending time and being intentional. But again, the goal is for you to spend time together as a family. So to qualify for the family reward events, no, you can be on either platform. I mean, you can still do the Discovery Family Adventures. You're welcome to be utilizing those. We're not necessarily going to be adding adventures to those. I know that's one of the, the feedback that we have gotten is that, hey, we're ready for more, which we're super excited to hear that it is being utilized well, and we need more. And we absolutely will have more and new adventures for you in the fall. But for the most part, our focus right now is on the Summer Passport program. When we add adventures, they will be added in the Summer Passport program. And so kind of our expectation is that it's the Summer Passport program that's going to be being utilized right now. And you can absolutely qualify for the family reward events. So great question, Kim. I'm glad you asked that. And we absolutely are going to be talking about that in team meeting, because I don't think I have not communicated that well.
No, you're fine. I just wanted to make sure because we do both, but you're right. If you're really involved in the Summer Passport program, it's hard to do both at the same time. So, yeah. Any questions before I wrap this up? Anybody else?
I have another question.
Yes, go for it.
Okay. I have no idea what this is about. Like, I just barely joined. Emily posted something in one of my groups. Is there someone I can talk to? Because you guys are like family adventure things, and someone I can like ask questions to from like the very beginning. How do I start this? Where do I go? What do I do? Because like I've downloaded the app and I've logged into the website, but like I don't get what the points are for, or like the thing that you were just talking about, you do 4 things a month to do something else. I'm so confused.
Yeah. So Melissa, here's what I would love to have you do if you would be willing. Okay. So this week is kind of focused on, the educating. We're going to kind of run through the concepts of the program again. So
Okay.
you're in the Discover Family Fun group, right?
Facebook group?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. And how long have you been in that group?
About 2 hours.
Perfect. Okay. So what I would like for you to do is if you would give us this week to get that information out, please stay tuned to your group and watch for those posts that Emily posts in the group. And then next week, I would love to have a conversation with you to give me feedback on, hey, what worked, what didn't work, what do I know at this point, what questions do I still have? That would be super helpful if you would
Okay.
be willing to share that with me.
Yeah, for sure.
So that we can make sure, but yeah, stay tuned to your group. Emily is going to provide you all kinds of information that will, that I think will answer a lot of your questions, but then we want to know, we want to know after, if you and I could have a conversation next week, I would love that. Thank you.
Okay, and Melissa, once you get it, it's super easy and super fun, but I can get how it's overwhelming at first, but you can totally reach out to people on Facebook and everybody's so willing to help. I just want to say 2 things as a parent that does this. With being connected, like I live in Tremont, and apparently every year they have a great big Tremont City Library event that they do kickoff for summer. I've never been, but because of this program, I knew about it and I went and my kids had a ball. So this program really does let you know what's going on in your community and what you can be involved in, what's free for your family, fun things. So it's really important to stay connected to your hubs, Facebook and all that and stuff. So I think that's everything. Shirley,
And
did
it's
you have
not
any-
just the summer thing, right?
No, there's one that goes, this is just the summer passport one that will go from now till the end of the summer, but then there's always things that are going on all time of the year. And they post that stuff in Facebook. And like I said, you can ask messages and all that stuff. Shirley, anything else before we end?
No, I think that's everything. We'll definitely want to keep track of you. So you get, after you've attended 5 of these, Kim, you know the details on that. Can you?
Yes, I'll share that right now. Again, that's what I was going to share. So remember that when you attend 5 parent conversations, these meetings, we have them every Monday at 1. We definitely do advertise it better than we did this week. After 5, you get a $25 gift card to go do an adventure with your family, like bowling, swimming. You get to kind of help pick what you want to do. If you invite a friend, then you get an extra bonus, meaning that you have come to 2. If you can't come to all of them after you've attended 10 total, you get a $25 gift card. So, and like I said, next Monday, we'll have a guest speaker talking about the importance of family mealtime and board games. And then every Monday at 1, we have something going on. So invite your friends, get involved. These are wonderful things. Families so need this in their lives right now with everything going on. So we hope to see you all next Monday at 1.
All right. Thanks, Kim, for all you do. And everybody, have a great week.